Greetings, brothers and sisters. We are finally back. We finally made it to another reaction on this Mystelics Reacts channel. Welcome to every single one of you guys who tuned in to see what's up with my thoughts and comments on this Sunday edition. Big up to all the Mystelics family and the new videos who've tuned in to see what's up. My thoughts on this vibration, brothers and sisters. What are yours? Leave your thoughts and comments also in the comment box below, brothers and sisters. Big up on yourself one time. Don't forget to click the thumbs up button. Click it. Don't be shy. Click the thing, man, to push this video is further and further, and of course to see more of my videos right there. YouTube will definitely recommend to you guys right there, so definitely do so, brothers and sisters. And of course don't forget to subscribe and turn on that post notification. I was quavering myself saying that. Subscribe, brothers and sisters, and turn on that post notification so you'll be notified when I post and publish my videos right there and then. Anyways, brothers and sisters, without further ado, let us get into vibrations. Of course, this is none other than Mr. Carl Douglas, a lawyer in Australia, who is of course the son, I believe, of Rosie Douglas, brothers and sisters. And of course, Rosie Douglas recently received an award. You know, I think, well, not I think, Tiani actually went out and picked up the award. And of course, he had something to say in that regard. But of course, he's back again. And he's talking about I think, the press conference of what SKERRIT had to say. And he had some important points. I listened to a bit of it. So we're going to listen to the full thing that was sent to me right here. Let's get it.
Yeah, on the issue of the various legal challenges to the international airport. Obviously, it will slow down the airport. Obviously, it will have a negative impact on the airport because when we should be focusing on pushing the physical work at the airport, we now have to deal with legal issues, look at affidavits, talk to lawyers, talk to state attorneys, go to court. It takes the time of all the senior public officers who are responsible for overseeing the various aspects of the airport. So it's going to slow down. It is wasted money.
Well, before Carbell talk, SKERRIT is saying something rather interesting right here. He's saying that because of the court situation that has been brought to them as a result of their non-transparency of the various CBI situation, he's saying as a result of having to go to court, that somehow that the airport project is going to stop or cease or have to be halted. Now, brothers and sisters, help me understand this. If you have a matter and you're paying somebody to do something and you pay the person to do the project, the person is doing the project, what does a court matter have to do, especially if the court matter is on the basis of halting the project, but finding out where other monies or where the CBI monies is coming from? How do you stop the project that has already been paid for? How? How does that work? Anyways, let's listen to Cabral. Cabral, talk to us, please.
Well, Mr. PM, I'm glad that you appreciate the frustration involved in being dragged before the court. So you can now empathize with members of the opposition
that you have brought in front of the court. Interesting.
Who for many, many years have been dragged before the court on vexatious prosecutions, which required them to attend courts, expend monies on cases that have gone nowhere and have been a tremendous cost to the state.
The state, yes. Wasting the people's money that can actually be used to do other things that can actually help the citizens. He's taking the monies to try to make it seem like the opposition is weak of some sort. Or when I say him, brothers and sisters, I'm talking about his fraternity. It is under his guidance that these things are happening. All right? So it's under his fraternity that they are taking individuals to court. And he's talking about the very people who are taking him to court now or something about halting the airport. SKERRIT, really? Well, you are feeling the same thing that, well, not necessarily you, but you get the sentiment of the frustration that is taking place right there.
To bring about those prosecutions. So I'm glad that you've come to some level of appreciation for members of the opposition and the frustration that they face in dealing with lengthy, vexatious prosecutions. But
under your watch.
Let's continue.
You know, that you have to expand on this thing. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that that these actions have been taken. There's no motivation other than, there's no public interest in what I've read, other than motivated by political consideration.
So, Mr. Prime Minister, I totally and unequivocally disagree with that statement. Individuals have brought an application to the court seeking clarification, documentation, which would ensure that the international airport, considering its expenditure to the tune of $3 billion.
That's crazy. That's crazy, especially when I was sent the report of how much the airport would cost, which is less than $300 million, brothers and sisters. Less than $300 million. It has skyrocketed, based on what Carol is telling us right there, to $3 million. Billion, sorry. Not M or B, brothers and sisters. 3 billion.
Is within the planning position department's auspices, and that regulations are being followed to protect the environment. That
And then again, when it comes down to the studies, I mean, what studies were done? We're spending a set of money on the people's backs. Whether you send the money from the people's tax or from the people's birthright, that they themselves have no privy to the understanding of transparency, none of it. But SKERRIT want to talk about hindrances as a result of trying to find out the information that they refuse to give. He's saying as a result of this, certain things will happen to the airport. SKERRIT, weren't you the one that indicated that the airport would have been built in 2025? Weren't you the one? 2025 is almost over. And this is the thing you have to say? Really?
That's not political motivation. That is motivation by the sense of love for country. That is being motivated by the sense of the preservation and sustainability of the international airport long term.
And the right for the people to know how their money that is rightfully due to them is being spent. That is the key here. This is why he himself tried to throw it out the case. He tried to throw out the case, Remember, guys? He tried to throw out this case. But the court said there's merit in there, and as a result, it needs to be heard. How on earth people trying to find out the transparency of the funds? And SKERRIT, on the other hand, and his people them, are trying for them to throw out the case. So he's telling the people do not need to know how these monies are being spent or where these monies are going and none of that stuff. So he's making up some cock and bull story. Oh, airport won't be built or it'll be halted. When you're ready, give the monies already for the airport to be built. Isn't there a possibility factor for transparency to see if this cock and bull story, how on earth the thing moved from less than $300 million to $3 billion? How? How?
Within the context of Dominica's branding, which has to do with the nature island of the Caribbean. So I don't think it's wise or prudent, Mr. Prime Minister, to be demonizing individuals who have brought this application as doing so for political advantage.
Yeah, that's
doing so for the benefit of the community, on behalf of the community and country, dare I say.
And keep in mind, SKERRIT also indicated to Lennox that he would have provided this information in 2019. So much to the point where you believe that providing this information would embarrass Lennox Linton. Up to now, you don't provide it. And they brought an application for them to find out where these funds are going. And SKERRIT, you're telling the people that somehow is a political understanding. So the people don't have right to know them, SKERRIT. Huh? The people don't have right to know if they are being bamboozled or not. Huh?
Because it is necessary. And also, had your government provided that information from the outset and followed the regulations and provided the economic and environmental impact assessments, there would have been no need.
No need. One of the things SKERRIT likes to do is say that they are transparent government. Just because people are saying that they are just like when people say, I'm very honest. And when they say they're honest, they're lying. Those people who know those people are saying that they're honest, they know they're lying. But they're telling people that don't know them that they're honest. So people would you say you're honest, maybe it's true, you're honest. No, brothers and sisters, you don't listen to what people say. That's why I always tell people, do not listen. I was talking to a little one, talking about friendship. Talking to another one overseas as well. Because she thought her co-workers were friends. No, these are not your friends. Are they calling you? Are they checking up on you? Are they seeing you or benefit? No. So when you go work, you talk to them. That's all. No, it's not so it works, brothers and sisters. You know people based off their actions, not what they say out their mouth, brothers and sisters. The actions is vital.
For them to be seeking the court to compel you to produce those documents.
Facts.
So this doesn't bode well for you and your administration in terms of its ability to manage and to administer large-scale projects within the legal framework of Dominica. But let's continue.
But even if it's all that, the mere fact that people need to know, okay, let's say you don't even bubble in people, but maybe you are, sometimes you are bad project managers They are project managers, who can handle projects. But some of them are bad project managers. And as a result of not paying proper attention to the costs of certain things. Time and cost is interesting. Because you're supposed to have a time frame that you're supposed to be building it. And you're supposed to have a cost based with that time frame. And if you extend in the balances, that means there's more cost being associated to it. And sometimes you have bad spending. There's bad spending happening. It'll be vital that the individuals, even if you are doing this fairly, SKERRIT, it'll be nice to know that the people will say, okay, you know what, there was some bad spending there, and this is the people's money being wasted. Or on the other hand, maybe there's some sort of cocoa maca going on where people collecting money behind the table and making themselves billionaires. How on earth we move from less than $300 million? But it's not things I'm making up, I have the documents. I'm not sure the person that sent me that they wanted me to put it out, but I'm not putting out anything like that, I have the documents, brothers and sisters, less than $300 million. Versus today being, based on what Carol is saying, $3 billion. That's $3,000 million. $3 billion.
And I think
So we made an additional cost of $2,700 million and counting.
that disabled is not for me, People must not. This is not. I mean, unfortunately, I'm the one who's responsible as Prime Minister to advance it. And we are.
But sir, you Minister of Investment? Okay, Minister of Investment, but and the individuals involved in infrastructure, housing are the ones who are supposed to be more involved in this. If you're the Minister of Investment, you invest the money and then you give the money to the individuals who are actually running it. Not so. I never know investment people coming in to then build this stuff. No, so it does work there. Talk to me, people.
We should be happy as a country that finally we're getting a project that has been elusive to us for the last 50 plus years.
I agree, SKERRIT. But it's not about being happy that the project is coming. It is coming. It is about understanding the transparency that of which is taking place to then build that project. Because if you have $300 million for a project, brothers and sisters, and that $300 million turn into $3 billion, and you're saying, oh, airport is coming because of that, we shouldn't worry about the $2,700 additional million that is being spent on a project. That $2,000 or $2.7 billion that could be spent on actually improving roads, helping infrastructure, not just infrastructure, but the service capabilities, training, education, agriculture, tourism. My God, you know what $2.7 billion in these fraternities alone can do for the country? But no, we focus on one project. And we don't know how this money is being spent. And SKERRIT is telling us we should not worry about how these monies are being spent. We should just know that project is coming, airport is coming, and all you should be happy, that's it. First of all, so it's not your mother and your father to give you airport, not to build. That is a call as a result of the people, and you're selling the people's birthright along with their taxes to build this thing. That is how it's going. So the people have a right to know, and you're trying to stop it and say, no, this is not how it should be. Really? Are we that foolish?
And we build the airport utilizing the CBI program, all of its uncertainties.
Well, Mr. PM, unfortunately, questions surrounding the economics of the project have arisen by the ambassador to Dominica from China. On the 6th of November, he made a statement which goes as follows. In Dominica, major signature projects such as the new international airport are vivid examples of how our cooperation benefits the people of Dominica. So it appears that the ambassador is suggesting that there's some type of joint venture and the government of China, People's Republic of China, has some sort of economic interest in the project. But as we were told, the project was contracted to Montreal Management and fully funded by the Economic Citizenship Program. So there seems to be a conflicting message coming from you, which conflicts with the statement by the ambassador.
Also, there's a point that was raised there. You'll come back to him right there. But there's a point that was raised there, talking about the benefit of the international airport to the Dominican people. Brothers and sisters, let's keep it real here. A lot of the people, especially those who went to this airport opening, will not be flying in the international airport. They will not be. Matter of fact, people struggling to collect $55 a month to save. You know much for airport? You know much to fly out of airport? But you know what? You think airport cheap? You think airport cheap, brothers and sisters? So then say people have to fly out of international airport and say they go in Spain and Greece and Paris. Really? Most of the people who won't fly on the thing, not saying it's the benefit to the people, especially those who live overseas who want to come direct flights to Dominica. That's a good thing. But it seems like the benefit for this mainly is overseas people who are making better monies, who are making more money, substantial money, living wages in other places so that they can then fly into the airport versus the Dominican people flying out. And I'm saying this on the basis of the economy, brothers and sisters. Doesn't mean that everybody cannot fly it, you know. I am saying this on the majority basis of the economy, brothers and sisters. Sometimes both people have to take to reach out Dominica. Some people never fly. I know some people that never fly plane. And they're over 25 years old. They never fly on plane, they're on boat.
So these are some of the questions that require clarification. And if you can clarify who owns this project and what involvement the government of China has in this project and their economic interest in it, then that would help to alleviate some of the concerns of Dominica. And that should have been disclosed from the outset of the project without persons having to come up and ask for it.
Bring you to court for it.
Okay, so let's continue.
And instead we try to fast track it and to ensure that we can get to a level of satisfaction, we're spending time in the country to try to undermine it. And
Undermine.
we're trying to see how we can position ourselves as citizens and residents of the country to benefit from the opportunities that the airport will create. We fight them ourselves.
You mean the jobs that the airport will create? Jobs?
Well, Mr. PM, nobody's trying to undermine the project. Individuals exercising their civic duty brought an application in the public interest to ensure that the project is sustainable going forward into the future. And that's something all Dominicans, especially the leadership of the country, should appreciate and could have avoided had they been transparent from the outset.
Had they done it before? A number of persons are talking about they don't do no studies, they haven't seen any studies or whatnot, but yet they will build in international airport. This is one of the reasons why I know there was a video that was posted out talking about copper and they're not touching the copper. That's fine, but today, are they touching the copper? Especially around the area that they're building international airport. Brothers and sisters, we have to ask questions. Questions are good to ask. And this is one of the reasons why the people in the press conference need to be asking proper questions on the basis of if they're afraid they don't come back or that doesn't make sense. The people need to get the right set of questions in, especially when they have press conferences and those kind of things. They need these things. And if people are not asking the right questions, then it's just clown show that happened in there. Clown show. Make believe that you're trying to be transparent to the people, so you have press conference. Yes, to the people, the journalists that are there, or whatever you want to call them, reporters, whatever. These people are just asking questions that not beneficial to what the people need to know.
Let's continue.
We fight among ourselves. Why are we fighting among ourselves for a project that everybody has said in the country that is needed?
How we fighting amongst ourselves, Kerry? The people want to know about how this money is being spent. What's going on with the money is. Why? Keep in mind, brothers and sisters, with the understanding right there of people in Wesley not getting, Wesley and our surrounding regions, not getting the adequate amount of money that they need for the land and housing and for the agricultural produce. They're not getting that money yet. Still, airport jump from $300 to $3 billion. Really? Really? Help me understand this, brothers and sisters, because I don't understand it.
You know, and we can appreciate the kind of dramatic impact it's going to have on the transformation of the economy, the creation of jobs. The revenue is going to generate by bringing more people in to consume the goods and services. You know, the taxi men, not only during Courage Festival, Carnival, all of their taxis can be occupied, all the rental cars can be occupied. That a normal day, a normal weekend in the country, that we will have a situation where people can come into Dominica because we need people in Dominica.
That is because we need more people in Dominica. Well, why don't you start doing things in Dominica that actually bring people and keep people in Dominica? Why don't the people get adequate salaries so that they can have spending power to then participate in entrepreneurship capacities? That's what Ross brought. You are one of the individuals that allow Ross to leave. You SKERRIT. And it's not like I want to put blame, but it's a fact. It's not me that making up things. Everybody, brothers, I dare anybody to challenge me on that. If it's me that making it up. I dare anybody. It's not me that making it up, brothers and sisters. This is the natural fact. But the people had the money was coming in as a result of overseas students and what have you. But we don't have that anymore. Let's look into agriculture. How's St. Vincent doing it? How on earth St. Vincent, much smaller than Dominica, doing it? We have vast land, brothers and sisters. I was just talking to another partner yesterday. He himself, based on his business, he realized, diaspora not there, so things going down. Diaspora not there, so things going down. Barely have to do to make it survive. Make it make sense for me. So when the diasporas come in, then that's when they can get a little extra something or something. Imagine people's businesses are trying to stay afloat solely on the basis that when the diasporas come down, when they have different season, carnival season, Creole season, I don't know if people come down for Christmas, but my goodness, these two main seasons and jazz and Creole season, brothers and sisters, people are trying their best to survive as a business, to survive. So when these people come in, they can make a little extra something so they can stay afloat for probably next 2-3 months. Really?
Well, Mr. Prime Minister, with due respect, this is where your communication and your government falls short. You're making these promises that you cannot keep, Mr. Prime Minister. What people want to know is, what is the expected capital cost of the project? What are the expected operational costs of the project once the airport is built and commissioned? Has there been a cost-benefit analysis?
Yeah.
Where people can go on a website and download it and read it for themselves.
And the breakdown will be nice and essential. How these monies will be spent, what monies will coming in, how much passport was sold, and all those kind of things there. It's vital for the people to know. It's not a secret. I wonder if we keep it a very public thing that's supposed to not be secret. We're trying to keep it secret. Make that make sense.
So they can understand what economic benefits may or may not accrue to them.
Yeah, and then you know how much money you spend, and based on how much people coming in, then you'll be able to know, okay, we are on a trajectory path of making profits. But if you spend $300 billion, that means you have to make back if you spend $3 billion, that means you have to make back $3 billion before you can even start saying that you're seeing any profits. Oh my God.
This is not a political platform. This is a multi-billion-dollar project that has to be analyzed and assessed by professionals in that area to be able to understand what benefits may accrue.
Yeah.
How many additional visitors do you expect to land in Dominica over a projected period of time, say over the next 5 years? How many passengers per day do major airlines that you're expecting to fly into Dominica require to justify the cost of including Dominica on its daily flight itinerary?
Exactly my point. And imagine, brothers and sisters, whenever the airport get built and I touch it with my bare hand, brothers and sisters, I have to touch the ground. I have to touch it. I don't believe in it. If I see it, I don't believe in it. I have to touch it. So if I touch it, brothers and sisters, they're real. Then also you have the additional expenses of planes coming into Dominica. You think the plane just coming in free? Not so now.
Have you been in negotiations with those airlines?
That's why I just think.
Demand for Dominica in those target markets like Canada, like the US, like Europe. How much monies have been allocated to the Ministry of Tourism to create marketing campaigns within those countries to develop an awareness of Dominica and what Dominica has to offer?
Now, keep in mind, brothers and sisters, we are American Airlines. And keep in mind, American Airlines wanted to do daily flights. I remember a particular time when they were going to do daily flights and ended up not doing the daily flights. In fact, not daily flights. They were going to be putting I remember they were going to be doing 2 daily flights. Brothers and sisters, American Airlines were going to be doing 2 daily flights. And apparently that did not take place. They ended up doing less flights in the week. They were coming every day and they stopped coming every day. There was even a point in time, I think, where they slowed down. They were coming once a week or something like that sort. I can't remember. But brothers and sisters, that was only a point of getting straight flights from Miami. And not even that. They could fool. So the government had to meet the cost of the empty seats that were there. And it's into a crazier part of it when the weather have certain conditions, brothers and sisters, and the plane cannot land in Dominica. They have to fly back Miami or go Guadeloupe or wherever I go in to another Caribbean island, Antigua, wherever. More additional cost. Because of certain protocols they couldn't land, but apparently they changed the protocol so you can do the thing now. My goodness.
How many flights are needed per day to land in Dominica from those target markets to justify the operational costs from the government of Dominica in running an international airport on a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week basis?
Exactly.
These are the questions that should be available in an economic assessment report, but your government, in its haste
is hiding it
to score political points, have failed to produce such reports. So you're operating in the dark, making promises that you cannot keep because there's no basis upon which you can make these claims, Mr. Prime Minister.
But they're not making promises in the dark. They're not operating in the dark, pussy. They are operating on the understanding that people will remain in the dark. And they will not ask no questions because international airport is coming. Brothers and sisters, it's not just about international airport coming, huh? It's how much money is being spent as a result of your elevation that has been taken from you so they can build international airport or pocket money with the claim of building international airport. Money laundering business. Who knows what is going on? Who knows what is happening? They're taking out copper in the how on earth I seen trucks taking out dirt and going Roseau? What is that? We build an airport in Roseau, no? I see that happening. Big truck, them big white trucks. We're taking out dirt and heading to Roseau. That's maybe they was building some other project. I don't know, but they're coming out from the west. That's boy, I tell you, people, you need to open your eyes at least there. Open your eyes and see what's going on, boy.
And that is the issue, and that is the reason why the application has been filed, and that is why concerned citizens need to ask relevant questions to ensure Dominica's sustained future, because this government doesn't seem to be concerned at all.
Not at all.
About the sustainability of the international airport,
at all.
the economic viability of the international airport, and just how Dominicans can position themselves to benefit economically once the airport is complete.
They're not doing it. They're not doing it because apparently people don't know. If they're not doing it and they're just putting money via because they have the money, they're in charge of the money. If they're not doing brothers and sisters, so we have the money, we can just spend it. Let's just sell passport wherever we're selling passport. Don't care who is selling passport for, but we have the most due diligent process with many criminals obtaining Dominica diplomatic passports and passports, normal passports right there. And then we come in and say, oh, nothing happening, man, nothing happening. Just stay there, airport coming. Don't worry about how much money is being spent on it. Airport coming. That is it. Brothers and sisters, only a fool will say these things. Because monies that could be actually allocated into helping build proper parks and proper drainage systems and proper roads. I see the digging team. I'll just put out a video of them digging a path. And then when you look at the whole road need to fix, but they're patching a little part of the road. And then just on the other side of the road, because they grade up the tire, you know, just on the other side where they do grade, it's full of cracks. It's full of cracks, brothers and sisters. First time I see that, you fixing it. Boy, I tell you, boy.
So these are the questions, and Dominica would appreciate an answer. And in the event that answers are not forthcoming, Dominica have the right to exercise their civic duty to approach the court to compel you to answer these questions because they love their country. Not because they're fighting it down, and not because they hate their country, but because they love their country, they want to see their country succeed, and they want to ensure that the project is sustainable into the future. This is Cabral Douglas with my 2 cents on the Prime Minister's press conference today. Thank you very much, and bye for now.
Guys, what are your thoughts on this, man? Let me know your thoughts. Leave your thoughts and comments in the comment box below. Right there. I give my thoughts. What are yours? Leave your thoughts and comments in the comment box below. Don't forget to click the thumbs up button if you appreciate the concise being told right here, brothers and sisters. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on that post notification so you'll be notified when I post and publish my videos right there and then. And with that, stay right there, brothers and sisters. Be real. Start looking always. Thanks so much for watching. be positive.